Welcome back for a third installment today. Our second installment of CCEN, where basically it's a shit show. At the end of the day, yeah, this is about to get demonetized or whatever. We're not making money off this. We hardly get any views right now. But
Yeah.
anyways, I am Jordy. This is the Critic Corp. I am joined today by Eric and Malcolm. Say hi, boys.
Howdy, howdy.
How's it done?
And we're just going to be talking topics. I know we do a lot of reviews and stuff, and these CCEN things are a little bit more laid back, just random thoughts up on the top of our head about movies, shows, whatever, and media we may go, we don't know. So the first thing that I want to discuss today is these DC announcements for the past week. So we've gotten the announcements for all of the new Batman spin-offs between Scarecrow. We got what was it? Professor
Penguin.
Pig
Clayface. I am
and
excited for
Clayface.
Clayface.
And then we also got Man of Steel 2. We got the Flash 2 writing done. We got some news on Wonder Woman 3. We just got a whole lot of DC news.
Why
And
do we have a Flash 2 already being reported? That's unnecessary.
they already removed Ezra Miller as the actor for the sequel, so we're gonna get a new Flash. And you know you love the Flash. He's your favorite superhero, Dan.
They're looking forward to better.
I'm not ready for them to butcher that. Like,
I think that them having the script done this early actually gives me a little bit of like positivity moving forward because it tells me that this Flash movie that they have coming out, they have a lot of faith in. Like, if they're still putting it out, regardless of all the Ezra Miller drama, and they already have a sequel done, it tells me they love the product that they have on their hands.
I have no idea how, bro. It did, like, even just the trailer, like, didn't look that good.
I mean, to be fair, though, it was a very early teaser trailer that didn't show much, considering it still wasn't coming out for like another year and a half, 2 years. So it hardly showed us anything in terms of action or any of that other stuff. It literally showed us a couple shots, and that was it. So I have a lot of faith in that still. But I do love the fact that they're already done with the script and they are already planning moving forward with the Flash character. Because no matter what you think of Ezra, he can be recast if the actor is good enough. We've seen it done. We've seen Rhodey from the Avengers. He got replaced. Fucking Rachel in the Dark Knight series.
But if they're gonna do it, I'd rather have him do it tastefully. He's already been in like 2 movies. So if you're gonna do it to where it plays into his ability.
They're gonna do it through Flashpoint. I feel like it's different. He's gonna be traveling through different timelines. So
I think he runs into a different Barry Allen, and that's our Barry Allen from here on out.
Or if they do a Crisis on Infinite Earths, like I mentioned in our Black Adam review, go check that one out. I think that it can be explained in a way. But
we did have a Crisis on Infinite Earths for the Flash in the CW series, to which Ezra Miller did make an appearance.
No, yeah, I did see. I haven't watched The Flash, but I did see that little snippet, the clip, and that was actually really cool. I personally really liked Ezra Miller as the Flash.
Grant Gustin's a better Flash.
But at the same time, like, I can't support what Ezra Miller has done. And if they were moving forward with him, I probably wouldn't go to see the new Flash movie because I just can't separate this guy doing all this stuff and in the movie he's supposed to be a hero. Or they.
Yeah. You can't play a hero when you're doing this much negative
breaking everybody's home.
Especially having like kids look up to you and stuff. Like, absolutely not.
Because
neither here nor there, though. If we're just going to talk about his performance as the Flash, I thought the Snyder Cut version of his performance was way better. his character in the regular Justice League was very stiff and like over like
jokey.
Yeah, they really overplayed him.
I just think Flash is supposed to be a hero, and it's hard seeing a hero save kids and stuff when he's accused of grooming. And yeah, it beyond all of that Ezra Miller drama, I am excited for the Flash 2 writing. But bouncing to some easier news to talk about, let's talk about Professor Pig, Clayface, and Scarecrow all joining the Batman universe. As much as I'm excited about the DCU moving forward, this Batman universe that they're building out and fleshing out with all the rogues gallery of villains is what I have been dying for, because we're going to get the Penguin series. We're going to get a spinoff of Scarecrow, Professor Pig, Clayface, and obviously already the Joker introduced.
Yeah, Clayface would be dope.
We haven't got a Clayface in the movies. Like, have we ever?
Although I do love Clayface and Harley Quinn.
Dude, that's what makes me so excited. Are they gonna make him like?
They have to make him an actor.
Yeah, like, is he gonna be an actor just doing multiple roles? Like,
I am Billy Bob Thornton.
Literally, bro, he's a clown. I hope they fucking tie in Mr. Freeze. Bro, I want them to.
Oh, you didn't like if they do Mr. Freeze, they gotta bring back Arnie.
Oh,
all right.
What took out the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
If you want a Mr. Freeze, then I'm gonna say that Arnie's gotta come back. All this
hell no.
I need at least 30 Frozen puns the next time Mr. Freeze shows up. Otherwise, it will be a failure on all levels. Those puns give me life.
It was already a failure.
Chill.
It's already a failure with fucking Arnold, bro. That was
so great.
My favorite Mr. Freeze still to this day was in Batman the Animated Series Sub-Zero movie.
Oh, yeah.
When it actually shows his wife being frozen, and it does give a really like comic related plot to Mr. Freeze and the Batman. Mr. Freeze is one I do really love in the Batman Rogues Gallery, but at the same time, it's so hard to pick and choose favorites. Just
so many.
Out of any comic book hero, there is no debate. Like, the top two that have the best villains are easily Spider-Man and Batman. Like, everybody knows their villains. Everybody knows the whole Rogues Gallery because all of these characters are so well written. Yeah. But the only thing that's bothered me really in the movies has been the revisiting of the Joker, which, don't get me wrong, I love the Joker. He's one of my favorite comic book characters ever. But when you get, like, ever since Heath Ledger, Heath Ledger, we've had Jared Leto, we've had Joaquin Phoenix, and now we have Barry Keoghan playing the Joker. And it does get a little bit tiring after a bit. So I do want to see some new villains coming in. Aside from Clayface, Professor Pig, and Scarecrow, what are some villains that you guys would want to see in the Batman universe?
Poison Ivy, bro.
Yeah.
I've been wanting a Poison Ivy, like, actually in this universe. I think it would fit perfectly too, because the universe is dark enough for her to really blossom and like show her villainous side. And we finally have like the CGI and all the tech to make a really cool Poison Ivy.
I just want them to introduce Robin well when they do.
Absolutely, bro. And Dick Grayson is like hard on the mix, but if I have to say like a villain, I want Poison Ivy, and like we already got Red Hood in the Titan series, but like
I was about to say Red Hood, bro. When they introduce him, the death.
I would definitely love a good Red Hood movie.
The only thing I do feel like with this Batman series it does depend on how long they plan on going with the series. Because Robert Pattinson, if you couldn't tell by this last movie, is a very young Batman and early on in his heyday.
Hi, Milo.
Hello, Milo.
We just unplugged you guys.
But I feel like we're going to have to wait a movie or two for getting a Robin necessarily. And then it's gonna take another movie or two to get to a Red Hood type movie.
Mm.
So it would all depend on how it plays out, or if they do a Robin series or something. Overall, I would love to see a Red Hood. What is a villain you would like to see, Toad?
I've already said it. Victor Freeze, bro. Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze. I want to see a new Mr. Freeze off the ribs. Like Tom Hardy did good as Bane. He served his justice as Bane. They did good doing a new
I want a
Bane.
new Bane.
The old Bane was garbage. Oh my god, that Bane was garbage, bro. But this Bane, yeah, this Tom Hardy did good as Bane. Yeah, Mr. Freeze, and then like Eric said, Poison Ivy.
I'm gonna go with two different villains and kind of cheat, but it's also two villains that I've had discussions with you two about that we would all love to see in these movies because
Milo is my villain.
This is his villain origin story right here. The two villains that I would want to see coming up though, like I said, we've all talked about. One, the Court of Owls. I would love to see the Court of Owls in a live action movie. I think especially with how they've set up Gotham with all this corruption, I think that having a criminal or a elevated organization controlling the Gotham underbelly and controlling Gotham throughout the years could be very interesting to show, like how the Waynes were killed off, the whole what was it the Hope Foundation or something?
Yeah.
That they had billions of dollars and that got eventually corrupted and everything. I think that could be really interesting. And another one that I'm gonna go off of is because of the villain in the first movie is Hush. I would like to see a Hush movie.
That's later down the line, like way later down the line, though.
It is way later down the line. But again, like a Red Hood, I feel like if they do take the time to set all these things up, you don't necessarily have to have these villains showing up in every movie. You have such a good looking dog.
Thanks, man. You know, he's just
chilling right now. But I think if they're starting to set up all these through lines throughout the movies and even the shows that they're putting out in these spin-offs, I feel like there is enough time and place to start setting up all of this to where the Batman cinematic universe could very well take down the entire DC universe as well as the MCU at some point.
I
just feel like this Batman universe that Matt Reeves is starting to build is so rich with like potential and possibilities that I am so excited moving forward. After that first movie being so spectacular, I can only see it going up from here, and I am really excited to see.
That's easily a top 3 movie of the year.
Yeah. Oh, we all have it ranked at number 2.
Yeah.
Nobody has the same number 1 rank, so I think unanimously throughout this year, we're going to find that it will be our number 1 as the Critic Corp on average. But I loved everything that they did with that first one. Other than the villains, we're going to continue on to the next part of the DC Universe discussion. One that I have been waiting a long time for here. As you may have been able to tell from the Black Adam review, I am a very big fan of Man of Steel. I think that it was Snyder's best DC movie. I think that it is a masterpiece. That is the movie that made me like, I love Superman finally. I was always a Batman guy, but this finally put Superman right up there in the upper echelon of like DC. I love that fucking movie. And I am so excited to see Henry Cavill coming back for a sequel. I am over the moon about that.
Well, Jordy, do you know who's going to direct it?
Well overdue.
They have not released who's going to direct it, but what if this will never happen. But what if they
He's
brought
not
Zack
coming back.
Snyder back to direct just the Man of Steel 2? I think the world and the internet would collapse in and on itself because
the internet sparked the Snyderverse, so
I will say though, there's no way in hell that Warner Brothers does it. They do not want to keep this whole thing going where it's just a battle between the two factions of DC with the pro Snyderverse and the people who are ready to move on. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, that's just going to keep on hurting the brand no matter what they do if they keep on prolonging this. I think it ended up hurting Warner Brothers in the end to release the Snyder cut of Justice League. As much as I do love that fucking movie, I think it did set back the DC universe at least a good 2 to 3 years because now the two different factions are going to be arguing like, oh, we need Snyder back, or no, we don't. These movies are great. And that's just going to keep on happening for a while now.
Yeah, it'll be like, oh, well, Snyder could have made it better.
Fucking introduced Martian. I was hyped.
The Martian Manhunter, he looked great.
He introduced the
That's
Martian.
the thing, though. They brought so many like good characters alive in that movie, and it's like, all right.
Even Jared Leto looked
the
good.
Justice League movie was too early, in my opinion.
I will say the problem with that Justice League movie, the Zack Snyder version, he's never gonna get to release a 4-hour movie in theaters. That's just never gonna fucking happen.
No.
So for him to have to take that long to tell that coherent of a story and everything is a little bit of the problem with Zack Snyder. He does make
split it into two.
Avengers did it. Why not?
What was that?
Avengers, the MCU did it. Why not?
They did a 3-hour movie. His was 4.
3 hours is already long, but 4 hours, that's longer
like
than any of the Lord of the Rings.
It was like 3.5.
My boy was 4.
I'm talking about Avengers.
Let me look.
It was like 3.5.
I thought it was just at 3. Like Endgame?
Yeah, Endgame, Infinity War. Oh, those
right
I'm looking it up right now. Avengers Endgame, 3 hours, 1 minute.
Oh, okay. 1 minute.
Yeah, not.
And then
maybe that was when you took a nap after.
Let me look at the Justice League.
Yeah, the Justice League Snyder cut.
4 hour and 2 minutes.
But see, you say that it killed like them a little bit for releasing it. I think it helped them still because in the end, that first Justice League movie was so bad you weren't gonna have anyone go back for like those characters.
Shit.
I will say this: it did probably help save Henry Cavill. Like as much, I think it may have hurt the DC.
It ruined his Superman having him there without it.
Because I think that the fact that the Zack Snyder Justice League did very well on streaming did show that there was still a very big interest in these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like the interpretations that we already have. We already know that Ben Affleck's coming back for at least the Flash movie. That's already confirmed. That's Take It to the Bank and everything. Him and Michael Keaton are coming as Batman in that one.
So excited for Michael Keaton, though.
I'm really excited to see Michael Keaton wear the cape and cowl again. That is going to be very exciting.
I'm excited for him to not be able to turn his head, having to turn his whole body. I hope they fix that for him.
I wonder if they're going to acknowledge that at any point in that. Or, dude, how great would it be to see Danny DeVito pulling up as the Penguin on the Flash? Oh, I would be cracking up. You just see him with his fingers like this again. Honestly, I think this is a hot take. I preferred Batman Returns to the original Batman. I thought that the Penguin was the better villain, personally, than the Jack Nicholson Joker. And that is a hot take because I know a lot of people are going to disagree because the Batman Returns felt like more of a Tim Burton movie than
it was so much more sinister.
It was gothic. It was a gothic movie because of
Like
how,
I remember watching it as a kid and being like more scared of that movie.
dude, the Penguin terrified me as a kid.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then you have Christopher Walken as the mayor that gets into that like duck thing with him. It was a very weird gothic movie. I thought the Catwoman was done very well in it though. Um, Honestly, Batman Returns I think gets way more flack than it deserves because I kind of love that movie in a way.
Jack Nicholson did his thing
I
though.
think just because Jack Nicholson did. Oh, Toke, it's your girl on the bike out there.
It's a
She
beautiful
just came
day.
back from the liquor store.
Hey, Mom, did you check the time?
Yeah, it's 1:40. His dad was here in like 5.
Huh?
So yeah, it's 1:40.
I just wanted to double check with you. But I love Batman Returns. I think that was such a fun time. I
The
think
Jack Nicholson one, it was just the most like iconic Joker of that time period.
You won't hear any like bashes on the original Batman movie from me. I'm just saying, like, I preferred Batman Returns. There was something about the aesthetic and everything that it feels like a blend of a Halloween movie and a Christmas movie at the same fucking time. Just because it's occurring during the winter and they have all of like the Christmas stuff up throughout the city, but at the same time it feels so gothic and the buildings feel so tall, like in the animated.
Yeah, it was more dark.
It
was more dark and grungy for real. But
Mm.
that Jack Nicholson just played that. He played the role of the psychotic / gangster Joker.
Well, what was the song that they sang? By Prince.
Shit.
God,
Bennett, you got me there. Been a minute.
Let me look.
Those are some classics.
Yeah, Party Man by Prince.
Yeah, Party Man by Prince, yeah.
Yeah, when he has the makeup off and everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was the more jokey side of Joker. I will say he was a way more fun Joker.
He just got it done, bro. He got it done as the Joker. I don't know.
And I know that we have our complaints about the Joker, but aside from my opinion on Jared Leto not being the greatest Joker, I think we've been pretty spoiled with some great Jokers over the years.
We have been, and like, don't get me wrong,
2 Academy Award winners.
To see the
2 people won Academy Awards off of playing this character. No other.
The new Joker will be good.
I'm about to say
sure
that. I'm even excited for the Harley Quinn and Joker with Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga. That's going to be fire too.
Even if it's a musical, I'm actually on board for that because it's different. It's taking a chance. Which is another thing I will say DC has been doing compared to Marvel. They've been taking some bigger swings and chances with properties than Marvel has because Marvel has this connected universe and everything. So they do have to play kind of safe to make sure everything flows coherently. While DC is able to put out like the Batman, that's more of a detective noir movie, and the Joker, which is more of this like mental thriller type thing. And then you got Black Adam, which is an action movie, and Shazam, which is like a family movie. It reminds me.
Yeah, it was more of a family friendly movie.
And I just think the DC universe, when it's firing, it's better than anything Marvel's been putting out. But at the same time, it can misfire because they're doing such different things. But Marvel's found that constant like flow of knowing what to hit.
Marvel caters to everyone though. DC is only hitting certain groups at the same time though.
But the thing with that is those groups are hit even harder by how that movie hits because
absolutely. But like the new Batman movie didn't hit with a lot of like people, but the groups that it hit with was so strong. Like all of us loved that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw it in theaters multiple times.
Suicide Squad, even the new Suicide Squad, rated R. is just this fucking gore, cuss, blood fest. And it is such a great time, but it didn't get that much money because one, it was rated R, two, it was a shot in the dark. These are characters that really nobody knows. You got Peacemaker, you got fucking not Deadshot, Deadshot. That's his name.
Deadshot was in it.
Yep.
Deadshot, Polka Dot Man.
Polka
Dot Man, King Shark. You got like the B-listers of Ratcatcher 2.
Yeah, Ratcatcher 2, not even Ratcatcher, bro.
Like you have the bottom of the barrel characters, but James Gunn, being the wild fucking menace that man is, just is like, you know what? Give me even bottom of the barreler. Give me like the most obscene characters possible. I would not be surprised if he has Calendar Man or like Kite Man in the next movie.
I would love to see him do something with Kite Man. Honestly, if he just had a Clayface series, that'd be perfect.
This guy,
he could do so much with it.
After Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad, I don't think that I'm as excited for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 as I should be anymore, just because I've seen James Gunn let loose in the DC universe, and you can tell he's more comfortable. Like, he's just fucking throwing.
He's comfortable in Guardians of the Galaxy, what?
I'm saying more so like in the fact that he's able to do as he fucking pleases in DC. They're like, you know what, make it rated R. Do what you want. Have at it. And he's doing the most bonkers shit possible. Like the whole Starro thing. Do you think the Guardians of the Galaxy would have had fucking giant starfish as a villain at this point? Probably not. But having Starro,
I don't know. Guardians of the Galaxy can do some pretty wild shit.
They do. Don't get me wrong. I will.
They won't make it rated R wild, but they will get wild with it.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy got range, bro.
Oh yeah,
like just making it rated R doesn't always have like the appealing factor.
No. I just think that with James Gunn, he uses it effectively. It's where it sets a tone for the movie, and it sets like this more. Even though it's darker, and there are some dark moments in Suicide Squad, like I just feel it was more free to do what it wanted to. Like he was able to have King Shark ripping a guy in half. He was able to have all these like insane set pieces where Deadshot and Peacemaker are trying to outdo each other in that village, only to find out that they're allies. And they're able to just let the fuck loose. Like, what was the one guy that can pop his arms off?
Fuck.
KOT or something. Total knockout guy or something. TKO.
Yeah, something like that, where he's able to detach his arms, and Harley Quinn's like, "What the fuck?"
And, all right, guys.
Yeah, dude, and he's just like,
"Oh, we gotta say goodbye to our friend Toke. He is heading out right now. Adios, sir.
We will catch you later, my friend. Be safe on your travels."
I shall see you guys later. This is our departure. Support the corp, as I always say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, there
and his
goes.
name is TDK, played by Nathan Fillion.
Oh, so close.
And then you have Michael Rooker from Guardians of the Galaxy playing Savant, where he's throwing that tennis ball at first, or the bouncy ball. I think the new Suicide Squad is criminally underrated. I think everybody in it is fucking great. Oh, and then you even have Weasel.
It's underrated only because it's rated R.
Who the fuck asked for Weasel in a movie?
Nobody, bro. But we got him, and he delivered.
Dude,
for the small role that he was alive for, then dead and back alive.
Everybody was just contributing to this. Also,
I think just James Gunn does it good. If James Gunn is in a movie where music is heavily involved, then he crushes.
The soundtrack's gonna be phenomenal. The soundtrack will alwaul be phenomenal.
It's always a hit. Like that's one of the reasons that I love rewatching Peacemaker. God, if I could talk correctly, that'd be great today. But just the music in it is so fire. Every single episode, bangers are on it, man. I love that series for its music.
Peacemaker is
Guardians of the Galaxy. I put their soundtrack on all the time.
Yeah. That opening sequence for Peacemaker is probably the best opening sequence ever. Like neck and neck with Game of Thrones to me. I get equally as hype when I hear either of those songs for different reasons.
Those are so wildly different. It's not even funny. The amount of like art and seriousness that goes into the Game of Thrones intros compared to the absolute just foolery.
Oh yeah. But I guess
moving on from Peacemaker and James Gunn, man. Let's talk about one more and then we'll wrap it up, I guess.
I was gonna say we got 2 minutes left.
Oh Lord. Well, moving forward, for what do we want? We want Avatar, we want Wakanda Forever. What is it?
We have a lot of movies coming up in this last little bit of 2022. But this entire episode ended up being DC related, in terms of Black Adam and everything coming out.
We'll be hopping around from here and there. It won't just be DC. Like,
I mean,
we'll talk about more Marvel, or we'll talk about like things that aren't even comic book related or even anime stuff.
This week there was just all the DC announcements as well as Black Adam coming out, so it had to be a DC kind of related episode.
We had some shit to get off our chest.
Yeah, we got kind of sidetracked there for a bit. We were going to talk about more than DC, but we can come back next week and talk about something else. So this has been the Critic Corp as per usual. Malcolm left us
your buttons. Like and subscribe.
Yes, this is Eric. I am Jordy. Like and subscribe. We are the Critic Corp. If you haven't seen Black Adam, go see it. Check out our review after you see it, since it does contain spoilers. Let us know your thoughts down below. And again, let us know what you want us to review. We may start doing some DC animated movies. Who knows? We got a lot of stuff on our plate at this point.
Lots of new shit coming out, people.
Keep supporting us. We need help in growing this channel. We can start improving some of our stuff going on, some of our technology setbacks. If
you have any ideas on how we should grow, throw that in the comments as well. We're open to hearing from you. But I think we're about to run out of time here.
And we are signing off.
Have a good one, y'all.
Bye-bye.